Hello everyone. Today video is about the Spark streaming experiment. As I already mentioned, is a more advanced topic. Even in the Spark uh, communities, is a relatively new topic. In here, instead of working with a large data set that dumped somewhere, we work with a stream of data, which means the data created instantaneously, and we might do some analysis on the air. I also put a documentation link, so if you want to understand more advanced topic about the Spark streaming, please spend a good amount of time, read the concepts, and understand what the details of Spark streaming. The data might be inserted through Kafka, Flume, HDFS, Kinesis, or Twitter, or even you can create by yourself. When it comes to a Spark streaming environment, the data would be split to the batches, and you basically do analyze on each batch separately. Also, previously we talked about RDDs, which is a like if you might remember, each line of text would be considered as a tuple, Python tuple, which is immutable. So the tuples would be distributed over clusters in your Hadoop environment, and you can do parallel processing over your data. Since we didn't have that much of experiment using RDD, today I'm going to do a Spark streaming using RDDs, but we also know that data frames and data sets are newer concepts. RDD mostly used for unstructured data, like text documents. So you divide each lines as a tuple. However, for most common type of data that your data is on the rows, we can use data frame. Basically, data frame is an abstraction level on top of RDDs. So, and you also can apply a schema, and so you know which types of data you have. Also, processing data frames is much faster, and it might substitute RDDs sooner or late. Also, we have another concept, data sets, which we haven't talked that much. It's very similar to data frames, but you can catch errors in the runtime and also when you want to compile your code. So also it's very good in the streaming side. It saves time and cost because time is money. So it's the reason people are also use data set. Is even much newer in Python because it works with static typing, which is an advanced topic. So Python used to work with the dynamic typing, which is like or data frames. I also provided a link for you guys to study further about differences between RDDs, data frame, and data sets. Okay, let's go back to the today's first experiment. So in the first experiment, we instead of using these tools, we create the streams by ourselves. You need to have a local installation of Hadoop and Spark on your system. So we create streams by ourselves, then process it, and we can count how many words we have in each line that we enter as our stream. Okay, so let's, same as previous project, we import Spark context, and here we also add a streaming context. We use a local installation of Hadoop and Spark. So 2 threads or 2 processor might be enough. So also we need to connect to our local host, which with the address of 127.0.0.1, and you pick an arbitrary name as a port. Let's say 999. If you want to run this experiment several times, maybe next time that port might be busy, so it's better to change the port name, which is the last 4 digits. So here I want to each stream line of streams split it in the lines, and which identify by space. So whenever you see a space, it assumes it's a line and divide it. Also, as you see, we use lambda function, which is a small format of functions that you might remember we had in Python. Then, as you see, we assign 1 to each word. Basically, in each line, we split by words, and we split with space, and each space would be a word. We assign number 1. You might remember we had a similar experiment in MapReduce, which we assigned 1 to each word, then sum them up and reduce them. So when you assign 1 to each word, and the word is the key, when you sum up by your keys, summation of ones would be frequency of the word in your documents, and then we print the value. So I'm not sure in what I said in the previous class or not. You need to, for running over Windows, you need to download NC for Windows. If I haven't said, let's just go here. Download NC for Windows 10. Okay, just click and download it. When you unzip it, where's that? There's the nc.exe. Copy and paste on. I just copy and paste in my C. But you can copy and paste in any location that you want. But in the command prompt, you should provide the location. So anyway, I copied nc.exe here. So then I go to command prompt. Okay, I go to my C folder because it's the location that I put my NC. Then let's just NC dash LVP 9999. Then let's run this. After running, now as you see, it's getting connected. So let me just type something. Hi. This is the first experiment. Let's talk about Spark. Spark is a cool tool for big data. Just see what happened here. We use Spark a lot. Okay, this is, so for each word as a key, you see it reduced, and now you have count. So this one time is one time, experiment one time, hide 3 times. So we should wait a little bit because I think I set every 30 seconds. So yeah, after 30 seconds, Spark 3 times, A 2 times, that's 1 time is. So as you see, we just did it. So we created manual streams, then use RDD concepts to split each line by space, then map by words as a key, assign number 1, then the key is the word, we sum up the numbers, and we get the results here. Let's just do one more time. Big data analytics is a new concept. In big data, we try to have experiments in Spark. We use Spark frequently. Okay, this is one stream. I just pass it. So, by the way, if it's too slow for you guys, you can come here, change, what is that? Yeah. So you can change the streaming context to like 2 seconds, 5 seconds, if 30 seconds too much. So now we have new counts. Okay, that's it. So let's stop it, and then we can do the second experiment. So this time, instead of using manual stream, we use Twitter API to inject streams into Spark streaming and then do processing. So let me stop here. When you click Ctrl C, look at my command prompt. It just went out. I rather to just close it. Here, you can go kernel and shut down or stop kernel. Or by clicking it, interrupt it. Sometimes it doesn't interrupt. I assume I have some issues in my local system. So just close it. If it doesn't, oh, it's already stopped. So yeah. Let me open it again. That's cool. So it's already stopped, but I couldn't see that. Okay, the next experiment, what we do, basically we use, we already make a Twitter developer account, and I put the details in the previous class session. Please go there and make the developer account, and then you should use your credentials in the fetch tweets.py, which I shared previously. So you should need to change some parts. Then here, what we do, let me just go to my file, tweet, fetch tweets. So I want to get election hashtags with my credentials, and also which I copied here. Also, the port them here, I just put 555 because I already use 999. I'm not sure if it's released or not, but you can change this part too. So make this file ready. If you haven't, stop the video, go back and make it ready. Otherwise, keep doing with me. So, okay, so Also here I'm using some packages like Find Spark, and if you don't have, just use pip install and install it. So let's just import the package. Yeah, I need to install it here. So I have to install Find Spark with like exclamation mark pip install Find Spark. If you already have in your system, you don't have to install it, but otherwise just use this command, then you can use Find Spark package. Anyway, let me just delete this plug. It's not the only one. You can use CMD or use Anaconda CMD. So you can go to Anaconda, then click on environments, click on this icon, open terminal, and just pip install Find Spark. I already installed it, so I don't have to do it here. Anyway, let me just exclude this section because it's not needed. So I'm importing Spark context, streaming context, because I'm using streaming. I import SQL context and DSC. Then I create a Spark context. Then I just want to do a streaming context every 10 seconds and make a SQL context on top of that also. Connect to the local host with address of 127.0.0.1 and port 5555. I want to extract tag and count field. Okay, here I'm splitting each one by space, then I'm getting hashtags, assign one to each hashtag, then I'm mapping the reducing that we can count, and then we get the top 10 tweets in my Twitter tweet API. Also, as you see, I made them each of them lowercase. Sort them in a data frame, and assign to a table. Anyway, let's run this block. Then I have to run fetch tweet.py. So I go to, I already copy and paste in my C drive. If you put it in somewhere else, probably your command is different, but for me, I just go to cd c, Python, okay, let's start the streamings. Oh, what's this? Let's just delete this one. Now, after running this block and starting the stream, now I'm getting so many tweets about election because my hashtag was election over there. In the next part, I'm drawing figures. I'm using Matplotlib, also Seaborn, and display. So if you haven't installed them, please install in your system. So otherwise you won't be able to run the next code. And basically next code, we make a bar chart of the uh, top tweets related to the top, hashtag that we selected, and we just draw it. So let's just, okay, no module named Seaborn is installed. So again, I have to install it. So with exclamation mark people install Seaborn, I installed it within my Jupyter notebook. Then as you see, this time when I run this block, I didn't get any error. So let me just delete this block. Okay, so far we should have enough tweets in our system. By the way, these are not all the tweets. These are, I think it's about 2% of all of the tweets because we have a free account. Some companies or some needs to do analysis over all the tweets, so they pay Twitter to get the all tweets. But here, for learning purposes, we don't need all the tweets. However, if we get a good random sample, so with, since the tweets are selected randomly, still you can get good ideas about the hashtags that you select. Let's run this block. We should wait a little bit to see the results. Okay, so every 20 seconds we see the top 10 related hashtag to the election. So do you see election 2020? Some of them I cannot understand, but vote early, CCP, votes, China, Amy Coney Barnes. We wait a little bit. The next result is again CCP, China. I'm not sure what is going on today, but it seems Facebook, China, and also votes. So basically, we shouldn't judge about, we don't want to judge about people and election. What we just want to see what people are talking about. What is the most hashtags spreading around? As you see, some of them I don't have any clue, like spooky. So because election is the hottest topic these days, it's not my favorite topic, but we have a presidential election in about a week. So it's the reason I selected. If you're a fan of like kind of sport like football, soccer, guitar, or any topics, you can just select topics that more relevant. So basically in the fetch tweet.py, we select the hashtag that we want to process, then we get all the tweets related to that hashtag. And within those tweets, every 20 seconds, we want to analyze what other people are talking about. So it's the reason every, like, I think I made it 20 seconds. So every 20 seconds or so, we see new topics just coming up. So you can stop the session here later, but also you can change it. So instead of 10 topics, you can just see more and more, different timing, different amounts. So the counter is 10, you can change it like 20, 30. So how many you want to process, that's another one. So basically what we did, we split the tweets over RDDs and then split by space, count the words, pick the hashtags and count the hashtags, and basically want to see the topics are mostly people talking about these days. Since we are near election, you see, okay, Biden, he's another candidate. So with what we expected. If you want to other topics, go to the fetch tweet.py and just change within that file, just change the hashtag and you get other results. If you are, I'm not a fan of election, but again, or politics, I should correct my sentence. I'm not a fan of politics at all, but this is a hot topic right now, and some people were interested, so it's the reason I did it. So can I stop it? Okay, that's for now. Again, today lecture was mostly out of the syllabus, but I think it could be an interesting topic. Even if you don't have any idea about what is RDD, how to make bar chart, which you should know at least some of them because we covered in the Python class, antics programming. But anyway, you still can do analysis, just change the hashtags and topics. Maybe you're a fan of finance, so go to that fetch tweet.py and change it to like a stock market or Bitcoin and see the hashtags are related to Bitcoins every 20 seconds or 30 seconds. You can just change the timing. Anyway, thank you very much and see you in the next class. Oh, just before that, again, if you think the content of today is kind of difficult for you, that's totally fine. You can just do practice and enjoy it.